right? Students, previous session we have discussed array of objects, right? Now in this session, passing object as a function arguments. Already you have discussed, right? So passing arguments to the functions here, right? In C programming we have done how we are going to pass an argument to the function, right? So actual parameters are there, formal parameters are there. So now I am going to pass an object as an argument to the function here, right? So that is our concept here, passing object as a function argument here, right? So this passing object as an argument to the function can be done in two ways. That is nothing but by making use of pass by value, right? Or by making use of pass by reference, right? So by making use of these two methods, I can pass an object as an argument to the function here. First one is what here? Pass by value, and second one is what here? Pass by reference. Now in case of pass by value, from the name itself, right, we can pass a copy of an object as an argument to the function. Now what is the difference, right? In case of pass by value and pass by reference, means in both the cases you are going to passing the object here. In case of pass by value, a copy of object will be passed as an argument to the function. Now in that case, if you are making any changes to the object inside the function, that will not be reflected outside. That is the, in case of what here? Pass by value. But in case of pass by reference, right? So here I told, in case of pass by value, a copy of object is passed as an argument to the function. Now in case of pass by reference here, the address of object, right? So from this only you can identify difference here. Pass by value, you are passing a copy of object as an argument to the function. Pass by reference means you are passing address of the object as an argument to the function. So when you are passing a copy of object, then in that case, if you are making any changes to the object inside the function, that will not be reflected, right? So no changes will not be reflected. But when you are considering this pass by reference, you are passing what? The address of the object, right? So within that address, whatever value, if you are making the changes to the object within the function, then the changes will be reflected in case of what here? Pass by reference. So here no changes, here the changes is going to be reflected. So that is the main difference between what here? Pass by value as well as the pass by reference here. So now coming to the concept I told, in C++, from this 4th chapter, all the concepts are including what here? Corresponding example program, right? We are going to explain the concept within the program here, where we are going to explain that concept that has to be highlighted. Now today's example I have taken time, right? I want to find out the difference of the time. So starting time will be given, ending time will be given, and you have to find out what the duration, right? So the time gap between the starting time as well as the difference time, where you are passing an object as an argument to the function here, right? So taking the class followed by the class name I have taken what here? Time. We are discussing about what here? Time. Now class followed by the class name as a time. Then now data members. So under private, time will be having what? So only two data members, hours as well as the minutes. So I have taken int hours as well as int minutes, right? Two data members I have taken, and these two data members are what here? Private data members, right? So data members is finished. Now member functions. Now how many member functions you are going to include? Now member function I am declaring under what here? Public, right? So after that, if you check here, first member function, right? First member function I am taking, that is nothing but get time. I want to accept the time from the keyboard here, or see here. Usually get data means what I have done, I have accepted the data from the keyboard. But when you are checking this function syntax here, right, you are passing arguments here. Two arguments you are passing, int hours as well as int minutes. So I am not taking the time, hours and minutes from the keyboard here, right? So whatever data you are passing to the member function, what here? Get time, that data will be assigned to the variable hours and variable minutes here, right? Previous case, if you check get data, see out, enter the item name, you are accepting C in greater than item name from the keyboard. But here the data whichever you are passing to the member function get time, that will be automatically assigned to what here? Hours as well as the minutes of the variable. See, first argument is assigned to what here? Hours variable, and second argument is assigned to what here? Minutes variable. Now closing, right? I got the data, hours as well as the minutes. Now second one is show time. I want to display the time. Now see out, so it will display here hours and minutes. So minutes here. So within the double quotes, it will display as it is. Now without this double quotes, that is nothing but the variable, right? If you are passing 3 hours 40 minutes, then here it will display what? In place of hours 3, and in place of minutes it is going to display what here? 40 minutes. So within double quotes, whatever I have given, as it is going to be displayed, right? So accepting the values hours and minutes from the keyboard, displaying the values hours and minutes using what here? Show time. Now I told I want to find out the duration, right? Starting time, ending time, I want to find out the duration here. So that's why I am taking what here? One more member function, that is what here? Difference, right? So first member function is get time, second member function is show time, one more member function is time. Difference, right? Duration I want to find. So I told here I want to pass object as an argument here, right? So in that case, for this member function only, see if you syntax here, right? For this member function, we are passing two arguments here, right? So the two arguments are in the format of object, right? Time is what here? Class name. T1 is nothing but what here? Object name, right? You are passing what here? Two object. Our concept is passing object as an argument to the member function. So difference is a member function. When you are passing the object as an argument, then in that case, this parameter should be in which format here? Object creation syntax. So object creation syntax is nothing but what? Class name followed by the object name. Class name is what here? Time. So object name I have taken T1, comma, class name is again time, comma, T2. Right? So now inside this, right, I want to find out the difference. So difference of the duration of the time period. Suppose if T2 dot minutes is less than T1 dot minutes, right, then in that case, right, you have to calculate like this using this formula. Minutes is equal to T2 dot minutes plus 60 minus T1 dot minute. So if we do the problem, then you can easily understand here. So this code is not required here till here. While explaining void main, automatically this will come. Now here, else if it is not less than, then directly it is going to calculate minutes, T2 dot minutes minus T1 dot minutes, hours is equal to T2 dot hours minus T1 dot hours. See here, this else part I have closed. After that, difference member function I have closed. After that, this is what here? Class. Class is terminated with what here? Semicolon, right? Now our execution will start from where? Void main. Execution will start from where? Void main here. Now in this case, see here, how many objects I am creating here? First statement is what here? Clear the screen. Now after that, time. Class name is nothing but what here? Time. After that, 3 objects I am creating here, right? How many objects I am creating here? 3 objects. That is nothing but S time. S time is nothing but what? Starting time. Second one is what here? E time. E time is nothing but what here? Ending time. And third object is difference time, right? This is what? Class name followed by these 3 are what here? Objects of class what here? Time, right? One is S time, second one is E time, and third one is what here? Difference time, right? So 3 objects I have created. Now check here. First executable statement, right? First executable statement is S time. How I am going to call the member function? I am going to call the member function using dot as well as what here? Object. So what is object here? That is S time. S time dot get time. Get time is nothing but this. I told I will pass hours and minutes, right? That will be assigned to the variables hours and minutes. So what is the hour and minute here? T1, first time here, starting time. That is what? 2 hours and 50 minutes. So for T1, it is going to take, see here, T1 hours is 2 and minutes is nothing but what here? 50 minutes. Right? Now second one, ending time, right? So now ending time, e time, object, dot, get time is a member function. Ending time is what here? It has started at 2 o'clock 50 minutes. When it has ended here program, that is 4 o'clock 30 minutes. Now T2, what is hours? Hours is equal to 4 and minutes is equal to what here? 30 seconds. I got T1 hours and T2 hours. T1 minutes as well as T2 minutes. Now coming to our concept. So here you will get your concept, that is nothing but passing object as an argument to what here? As an argument to the function. Which function you are passing here? Difference function, right? So object name is nothing but what here? Different time dot function is what here? Difference. Function name is what here? Difference. And see here, for this what you are passing? Objects you are passing, that is starting time as well as ending time. So here also I have taken what here? Object, that is nothing but what? S time. And second is what here? E time. S time and E time are nothing but what here? Object of the class time. So now I am passing the object as an argument to the member function difference, right? And I am calling this difference member function using an object what? Difference time. Difference time dot member function name is difference, where I am passing 2 times, that is nothing but T1 2 hours 50 minutes comma 4 hours 30 minutes. Now the control will come where? The control will come to the member function difference, right? Now if you check here, T2 dot minutes, for T2 how many minutes are there? 30 less than T1 dot minutes. T1 dot minutes is what here? 50. Satisfying the condition, right? So normally if you consider here 2 hours 50 minutes, 4 hours 30 minutes, right? So I cannot subtract here, from 4 to 2 I can take off, but from 30 I cannot take what here? 50 here, right? So for that sake only I have applied this condition. So 30 is less than 50, satisfying the condition. Now coming here, minutes is equal to T2 dot minutes plus 60. So T2 dot minutes is what here? 30, it is less than 60, right? So here I am going to add 30 plus 60, that is nothing but what? 90. Now I got how many minutes? 90 minutes minus T1 dot minutes. T1 dot minutes is what here? 50. Right? If I don't do this operation, I cannot subtract 50 from 30 here. That's why what I am doing, I am adding 60 minutes to the T2 dot minutes. So T2 dot minutes plus 60 minus T1 dot minutes, that is 50. So how much you are getting here? 40 minutes. After that, hours, right? So T2 dot hours minus 1. T2 dot hours is nothing but what here? 4. So 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. After that minus T1 dot hours. T1 dot hours is nothing but what here? 2. 3 minus 2 is what here? 1. Now we are getting 1 hour 40 minutes, right? So why here? Since the T2 dot minutes is less than T1 dot minutes, I have applied this operation. If it is not, if you are getting here 50 and 30, then directly you can come to this part, else part. Why? Because there 50 is not less than 30, right? So directly you can come here, T2 dot minutes, that is 50 minus 30 and T1 dot hour, that is 4 minus 2. Directly you can do. But in this case is what? Special, where T2 dot minutes, you cannot subtract 50 from 30 here. So for that case only I have applied this condition, if condition, right? So how much you got here? 1 hour 40 minutes, right? So here it is going to display what here? 1 hour 40 minutes. Operation is done within what here? Difference member function. When you are coming to this, I got starting time, I got ending time, I got the duration also by making use of the difference member function, where I have passed object as an argument to the member function difference. Now I want to display all the details here, right? Now see out statement, output starting time. See here, displaying which member function you have to use? Show time. So starting time, what it will display? Line here, start time, where S time dot show time. S time is object dot show time is what here? Member function. Then what it will display? Starting time 2 hours and 50 minutes. S time. After that end time. Next is what here? End time. End time. Again E time dot show time, that is nothing but what? End time. So end time what we have? End time is 4 hours and 30 minutes, right? Afterwards duration I want to display. Now duration, next one is what here? Duration. So difference time dot show time. Difference time how much I got? 1 hour 40 minutes. So it is going to display what here? 1 hour 40 minutes. So like this I am passing an object as an argument to the member function, right? So whenever you are doing this concept, so that member function, so that parameter should take in the form of what here? Object creation. That is class name, object name, class name, object name. Thank you.